Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're re-diving into a story that's ripped straight from the pages of a dramatic novel, a tale of betrayal, hidden truths, and an unforgettable journey to justice. Get ready, because this is Claire Thompson's incredible story, and it's going to shock you. 5 years ago, Claire thought she had it all. She was madly in love, engaged to the brilliant and incredibly successful Daniel Hahn, a CEO making waves in London's tech scene. Their wedding was just weeks away, and life felt perfect. But as we often learn, perfection can be a fragile thing. Sometimes, the people closest to us are the ones who can shatter it completely. Enter Rebecca, Claire's own sister. On the surface, she was charming, beautiful, the kind of person who could light up a room. But beneath that dazzling exterior, a dark current of jealousy flowed. Rebecca had always coveted what Claire had, and when she saw Daniel's soaring success and immense wealth, she decided she deserved it more, and so, she began to scheme. In one cruel, calculated night, Rebecca orchestrated a betrayal that would destroy everything Claire held dear. She crafted a fake email, planted a hidden photograph, and spun a meticulously designed web of lies, making it appear as though Claire had cheated on Daniel. The deception was flawless, and Daniel, blindsided and heartbroken, fell for it. Before Claire could even begin to untangle the truth, he called off the wedding. The next morning, Rebecca vanished. And just weeks later, the news broke. Rebecca was marrying Daniel Hahn. Can you imagine the gut-wrenching pain? Claire's entire world imploded. She lost her fiancé, her family's trust, and her spirit. She felt utterly alone, broken, and with nowhere left to turn. So, Claire did the only thing she felt she could. She left London, pregnant, and completely on her own. She started a new chapter, far away from the wreckage of her past. Fast forward 5 years. We find Claire in Manchester, on a grey, ordinary morning. She's standing at a crosswalk, holding two tiny hands, the hands of her twins, Ethan and Ella. And what about their eyes? They're the same deep, warm brown as Daniel's. Claire had quietly, painstakingly, rebuilt her life. She worked at a small cafe, pouring her love and strength into raising her children, giving them the beautiful, stable life she always wanted. It was a simple, honest life, far removed from the glitz and glamour she once knew. But then, one morning, she turned on the news, and her world froze again. The Hahn Foundation was hosting a massive charity gala in London. Daniel Hahn, now one of the most powerful men in all of England, was speaking, and right there, beside him, smiling radiantly for the cameras, was Rebecca, his glamorous wife. The perfect couple, living the dream. What the world didn't know, what they couldn't possibly imagine, was that Rebecca's carefully constructed life was about to come crashing down. The foundations were about to crack. A week later, Claire's quiet cafe life was interrupted. An old friend, Peter, now a seasoned journalist, walked in. He looked uneasy, his face etched with a mixture of concern and urgency. "Claire," he said, his voice dropping to a whisper, "I think you need to see this." He slid a folder across the counter, and inside, Claire found a trove of shocking evidence, emails, contracts, and hospital records. The truth began to unravel, piece by excruciating piece. Rebecca had faked her pregnancy 5 years ago. She had stolen medical files, meticulously altered dates, and even used Claire's own blood results to claim she was expecting Daniel's child. The twins Claire carried, Ethan and Ella, were Daniel's real children, and Rebecca had known it all along. She had seen Daniel's real children, loved by another woman, and she had still gone through with her monstrous deception. Claire's hands trembled as she absorbed the gravity of the revelation. 5 years of silence, 5 years of hiding, 5 years of living with a monumental lie. The truth had been buried for too long. It was time for it to surface. That very night, Peter, with his journalistic expertise, helped Claire craft an anonymous email, a precise, cutting message addressed directly to Daniel. "Before you married Rebecca, there were things you never knew. I think it's time you learn who really carried your children." Attached were the damning documents, irrefutable proof that Rebecca's entire life was built on a foundation of deceit. 2 days later, Daniel arrived at the cafe. He didn't utter a single word at first. He just looked at Claire, his gaze then falling on the twins. A profound realization washed over his face. "Ethan," he whispered, his voice catching. "Ella." He knelt down, his eyes filling with tears. They have my mother's eyes. It was an emotional moment, thick with unspoken pain and understanding. Claire couldn't hold back her own tears. I never wanted to hide them from you, she said softly, her voice heavy with years of suppressed sorrow. I tried to tell you, Daniel, but you wouldn't listen. Daniel sat down, stunned, guilt and shock warring across his features. All these years, he murmured, shaking his head in disbelief. Rebecca lied to me about everything. The weight of Rebecca's betrayal crashed down on him, bringing with it the crushing realization of 5 lost years with his children. That same evening, Daniel confronted Rebecca at their opulent London mansion. She denied it, of course, her initial shock giving way to furious accusations against Claire. But when Daniel presented her with the hospital files, irrefutable, undeniable proof, her face drained of all color. The game was over. You stole her life, Daniel said, his voice cold and resolute. And now, everyone will know. Rebecca's lies didn't just unravel, they exploded. The story made headlines across the country. Her carefully cultivated reputation was gone overnight, shattered into a million pieces. The Hahn Foundation immediately cut all ties with her, and Daniel wasted no time filing for divorce. Justice, finally, was served. Weeks later, Claire stood again at that same cafe counter, but this time, not as a waitress. Daniel had approached her with an incredible offer to become the director of a brand new charity fund, one dedicated to supporting single mothers rebuilding their lives. It was a full-circle moment, a testament to her strength and resilience. As she looked through the cafe window, she saw Daniel walking toward her, his gaze full of warmth and hope. And then, her heart swelled as her twins, Ethan and Ella, ran straight into his open arms. For a moment, the world felt quiet again, the noise of the past 5 years fading into the background. Daniel smiled, tears glistening in his eyes. I lost 5 years of their lives, he said softly, a poignant regret in his voice. But I don't want to lose another day. Claire looked at him, her heart finally, truly at peace. Then let's start again, she whispered. Their story, so deeply personal, spread everywhere, not because of money or fame, but because people saw what love, real love, truly means. Sometimes, the truth takes years to surface, but when it does, when all the layers of deceit are stripped away, it has the power to heal everything that lies destroyed beneath the lies. Claire lost everything because of a lie, but she found everything again through the truth. What an incredible journey, right? It just goes to show how resilient the human spirit can be, and how powerful the truth is. What did you think of Claire's story? Let me know in the comments below. If you loved this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.